The lesson of the broken pot. In a serene monastery nestled in the heart of a lush valley, there lived an elderly monk named Master Rinan. He was known for his wisdom and calm demeanor, even in the face of adversity. Among his disciples was a young novice named Suto, a passionate yet impulsive learner who often found himself frustrated in challenging situations. One morning, Suto approached Master Rinan with a troubled expression. "Master," he said, "I feel overwhelmed when things go wrong. How can I remain positive in negative situations?" Master Rinan smiled and invited Suto to accompany him to the monastery's garden. The garden was home to a variety of plants and a modest water pot that was used to nourish the flora. Master Rinan pointed to the pot and said, "This pot has served us faithfully for many years. Let us carry it to the nearby river and fetch water for the garden." Together, they carried the pot down the winding path to the river. As they returned, the pot slipped from Suto's hands and shattered into pieces on the rocky ground. Suto was horrified. "Master, I've ruined it. I'm so sorry." Master Rinan calmly surveyed the broken pieces. "Do not worry, Suto," he said. "Let us sit and observe." Confused but obedient, Suto sat beside the broken pot with his master. For a while, they watched as sunlight glinted off the shards and a light breeze scattered some of the smaller pieces across the soil. After a long silence, Master Rinan said, "Suto, what do you see?" "Only broken pieces," Suto replied with regret. The master picked up a shard and held it up to the light. "Broken, yes, but do you see how the sunlight dances on its edges, creating patterns of light we would not have noticed if it were whole? Even in its broken state, the pot offers us something beautiful." Suto frowned. "But it's useless now. How can that be positive?" Master Rinan placed the shard back on the ground and explained, "Life often breaks what we think is important, just as this pot broke. In moments of loss or failure, we see only the immediate damage, and we overlook the hidden gifts. The pot may no longer carry water, but its fragments can enrich the soil, reflecting light and holding small droplets of rain for the plants." Still skeptical, Suto asked, "How does this help me when I face real challenges, Master?" The monk smiled. "Let me tell you another story. Years ago, this very pot cracked slightly, leaking water as I carried it from the river to the garden. At first, I was upset, but then I noticed something. Along the path where the water dripped, wildflowers began to bloom. What seemed like a flaw became a gift to the earth. When you face difficulties, ask yourself not just what has been lost, but what might be gained." Suto nodded, beginning to understand. "So, I should look for what good can come from a bad situation?" "Yes," Master Rinan said. "But more importantly, embrace the situation without resistance. When you accept reality as it is, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Positivity is not about ignoring difficulties, but finding balance and purpose in the midst of them." The next day, Suto gathered the broken pieces of the pot and placed them in the garden as small decorations around the plants. Every time he looked at them, he was reminded of Master Rinan's lesson. Even in brokenness, there is beauty. Over the years, Suto encountered many challenges, but he no longer reacted with frustration or despair. Instead, he remembered the story of the broken pot and sought the hidden lessons in every negative situation. As he matured, Suto became a monk in his own right, teaching others how to find peace and positivity amidst life's trials. His wisdom was shaped by the simple yet profound lesson he learned that day in the garden, a lesson that reminded him that even in the darkest times, light can be found if one is willing to see it. And so, the story of the broken pot continued to inspire generations, a timeless reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of perspective.